Thank you for that. Next up, we're going to have the losers match. Just to recap the brackets a little bit, we did see Life Coach take the first seed in his group, but the first players to lose, it was Th3Rat and SilentStorm. They lost their opening games in this group, and they're going to have to face each other for a chance at the second seed if they do defeat PhoneTap. You guys know much about Th3Rat and SilentStorm?
I don't know much about Th3Rat except for, like everyone's mentioned, he plays Patron a lot. But SilentStorm won last season. He's playing Druid, one of his special classes, and he's been just doing great in everything. He hasn't been in that many events, but everything he's in, he always performs amazingly well. Like his first breakout performance was the Prismata Cup, I believe, where he got to the finals and he's playing against Kalenta with another version of Demon deck, not the one he brought at ESL, but another one. So yeah, he was my pick to win last time, and he did. And I think he'll do great this time as well.
Hopefully. Now, Th3Rat has been the self-proclaimed best Grim Patron player in the world. Now, what do you know about this double O's? Like, how well can you play this deck?
Me personally, I can't play it that well, but Th3Rat is, like you said, very, very vocal about how good he is at the deck. He'll be over here in the players' lounge, constantly commentating on everyone else's play as they play with the Grim Patron deck. I know him through like the sort of online tournaments that I play. That's kind of where he got his fame at first, and then his ability, learning and teaching Patron to other players is kind of where he has grown fame in the scene as a whole.
Now, we didn't get a chance to see him play yet, but from the notes that we have from the games that were played off stream against Life Coach, apparently he played Warlock 3 times and lost 3 times. So he is yet to break in the tournament with the Grim Patron Warrior, and I hope that's not the case in the match coming up against SilentStorm. Yeah, good stuff. You have much experience with SilentStorm Doubles?
No, not really. I think I've played like one best of 5 with him, and he wrecked me. Which, you know, a guy who's as experienced as he is in these kind of areas, but is also as quiet as he is, has like, yeah, just has the ability to perform better than some the people who are constantly showcased. I think that's one of the best weapons he has is his quietness, and he doesn't stream all the time, and he doesn't show what he does. You know, he has his own special, style.
He doesn't stream, but he does always have the spectate on his friends list, so I'm always spectating him, and I know a lot of other people always are, because he's always like one of the few people. Usually when people get high ranked, maybe they get a little paranoid about the spectate, and usually I go down to my friends list, and I look at the lowest number with the spectate icon, and it's always SilentStorm, so I just click there, watch.
Well, we see the classes up there. We see both players with Warrior, both players with Warlock, both players opening with Warlock. Th3Rat coming in with the Hunter, and SilentStorm coming in with the Druid as their differences. Now, we mentioned throughout the tournament that Warrior and Hunter are probably going to be the dominant classes. So that seems like it may favor Th3Rat's setup, but we'll have to see how it plays out here. So Th3Rat, I'm pretty surprised that he is opening up with Warlock after losing with it 3 times against
I was about
Life
to say,
Coach.
After you said that.
What's good about this deck?
Oh, I'm not even sure what kind of Warlock is. Is it hand lock? Is it demon lock?
If I know his style, it's going to be some
Got
form
nothing.
of mid-range or aggro.
Your soul shall suffer.
Okay, so it's a demon lock. And yeah.
I mean, that's just his style. He's aggressive, and he wants people to know it.
Actually, this is a Zoo hand.
Yeah,
Isn't
Demon
it?
Zoo.
Yeah,
the Demon Lock, there's no such thing as Demon Lock, although it is coming back, the late game Demon Lock. So Demon Lock now is pretty much just this with a Mal'Ganis, maybe a Sea Giant,
Okay.
Void Callers, maybe 2 Void Terror, maybe just 1, something like that. It's
Yeah.
not that great against Handlock.
Yeah, Handlock does set up those Molten Giants with the taunts, and then the Zoo or whatever demon or whatever type of Warlock this might be generally can't deal with it.
Yeah, it's something. You can't classify this deck really as mid-range, but it's just a slower aggro, and those kind of decks are really weak against a good handlock draw.
Well, that's not a particularly good handlock draw. It's okay, but not playing anything until a Twilight Drake is gonna be pretty painful.
Yeah, and yeah, I think he favors 1 Dark Iron, 1 Implosion, rather than the 2 Implosion that most people do. And he might not even, if I see the Dark Iron, he might not even play Void Terrors.
Yeah.
I mean Void Callers.
Dark Iron is something I haven't seen in a while in this kind of list, so it might just be a super aggressive Zoo type deck.
I like the coin here just because it's a perfect curve.
Yeah.
It's a pretty weak turn too, but it's not the worst against Handlock, who's going to try to clear your board.
You know exactly what you're doing with this hand when you're the rat, so
Yeah.
it's a good play.
Yeah, but like you said, the Dark Iron might suggest it's more aggressive.
Wow.
Oh, and he gets the percentage up. The Dark Iron might suggest it's more aggressive things like Dark Bomb, which would be great against SilentStorm's Handlock here.
Absolutely.
Rag is not going to do much.
Now, so far that whole board dies to Hellfire. I wonder how much more you play into it.
I mean, the egg helps with that a lot.
It does. But if you play the Imp Gang boss, it's not the worst either. Like, that doesn't die to Hellfire. You get another Imp. You have 3 power on the board instead of 4.
I think you would...
Okay, I
no.
think that just totally puts it one-sided on the egg now.
That's a pretty good curve he's had so far all game.
Yeah, the Leper Gnome might, like I said,
It's a
suggest the Dark Bomb.
ridiculous curve.
Yeah, when you really think about it, for how his deck is laid out and planned to beat the Handlock, this is as good as a curve as it gets, possibly.
Well, if you get him to 12, that's Molten Giant Sun Fury range, which sucks.
I don't know, you got the Dark Iron right there.
I kind of like just getting him to 14. Just give him
Okay.
a Molten Giant, and if he wants to play it, he loses his turn. And I mean, he's probably playing something big on 4 anyway, so I like the 14. The 12 can be disastrous, I feel.
I think 14 is probably the correct way. Just looking at the rat's hand, because it's not like he has double Soulfire like how it used to be, you know, when the card existed.
And I don't really like this either. I like to put this near the doggy just in case you don't want a Dark Iron next turn.
I mean, you can attack first with the Imp and then put the egg in. I'm a little curious about that as well.
And no Leper Gnome.
Okay, so he holds back on the 2 damage, like you mentioned.
Well, that sucks if you're SilentStorm. Oh god.
Yeah.
Is that it? Oh, okay. Not quite, not
No,
quite.
Not quite, but you know, there's definitely ways SilentStorm can crawl back into this game with the Molten, Double Belcher, Owl, Sun Fury. I mean,
He just has no heal right now.
no, that's all he needs, and then he can completely stabilize in this kind of game.
Yeah.
Possibilities.
Well, here you just make the play based on what you think is in the deck. Like if you have a Power Overwhelming, I think you just go for it.
Yeah, but do you keep the egg as an egg, or do you pop the egg?
You keep the egg as an egg and play a Leper Gnome. If you get a Power Overwhelming from the tap, I think you basically just win.
Okay.
I wonder.
It's like, I think that's really what he's debating, is to tap or not. And it goes right into the Dark Iron, it looks like.
Okay.
I mean,
He's gonna have the egg and the dark iron that are out of Hellfire range.
That was
playing
a
around Shadow
big
Flame,
misplay.
but yeah.
yeah.
Because he was able to kill the Drake by attacking
Yeah, he
with
did in
the
the wrong
flame
order.
first,
He was supposed to.
This just
which I
completely
believe
leaves him
is
vulnerable.
how he set up the game as a whole. Oh, look at that!
And that's how you get punished. I mean,
Absolutely wrecked is more like it.
yeah. That's...
I think here you'd
Yeah, so you
you do some
debating if
Furies
you
for
want to
sure,
owl
but I
something.
think you do owl the
Voidwalker.
the Voidwalker and
Yeah.
kill the doggy. I think that removes more damage off the board.
absolutely the
Yeah,
best
because he can
looking play
trade
on
the.
board.
He can get multiple dog procs. Maybe the owl should have been next to the Sun Fury. I guess it doesn't really matter though with the Violet Drake.
That's like, oh crap, this again. Are you kidding me?
I mean, Power
Can't I
Overwhelming,
get a win with this deck?
Power Overwhelming would have cleared those. He has a lot of power on board. It's really about how the Rat wants to position for a lethal as soon as
He
possible.
can push for 1 damage.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So many
really?
possibilities.
Well, they can't do more than that.
No. That's probably his best play. I'm curious if he does have things like Dark Bomb. That will be really important coming up. You know, I wonder if he wants... what he wants to do that way.
Okay, so it looks like he wants to end the turn with a 5/5 taunt, which seems alright.
Yeah, he wants to get the Leopard Gnome in for sure, and then Doomguard on the kill turn. If that's even possible. So next turn you can Power Realm and Doomguard, best case scenario.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting the Leopard Gnomes out is really important because it just represents damage that doesn't have to go through top. And you don't want the Doomguard to get rid of that, obviously.
If he had played the Leopard Gnome earlier, wouldn't he have swung with it twice and won?
Yeah, I think... I don't know if you can play that way. Wow, that's another draw.
Oh, look at that! Let's heal up a little bit.
Basically, when you're SilentStorm in this position as a handlock, when you have this many options...
I think I like Siphon Soul better, actually.
Yeah, I think Siphon Soul is a better play, but like, he's just sitting here with even more options going forward. It's going to be really hard for him to lose unless the Rat can draw into a Dark Bomb if that's in this deck. It's those kind of things.
Yeah, it's some like crazy owl turn that he'd need
Yeah.
to win here. And that just seems fairly unlikely.
Put this apple on your head. Stop yelling.
Okay.
It's pretty good. I mean, looking back on how this game progressed, it's not even like... I mean, it's not even like that misplay with the popping the egg really mattered at all because he needed that damage afterwards. So
Yeah.
it's kind of odd that there's another one. I mean,
Yeah,
SilentStorm.
really the one
I
thing...
got
Like,
this.
you're right. It's hard to classify anything as a misplay at this stage.
No, I think that actually ended
Helped
up
him.
being a good thing for him, even though it wasn't the right play.
Right.
It's funny how that worked out, but every draw SilentStorm has had
Right.
is so good in all these situations.
I think the one thing you really could have done to maybe win is to just play that Leopard Gnome.
Yeah. I think that 2 damage that gets through taunt is pretty key.
No, he would have gotten an attack in with it. It would have been
that's it.
4 damage. And maybe you could have snuck in like 2 extra in between there.
I love how sad SilentStorm was when he had no options but the Twilight Drake and thought he was dead. He threw it out there.
Yeah.
Then he got perfect draws.
Every draw you need in that matchup.
Yeah, Handlock is one of those classes that some of the cards are just so overwhelmingly powerful that even in the most hopeless situations, you can get just ridiculous draws and swing a game completely in your direction. And we saw exactly that. And the Rat is 4-0 with this Warlock deck. We haven't seen this Warlock. Actually, I think this is the first aggressive Warlock that we've seen.
Yeah.
0-4.
I think Kalino was running something similar to this, wasn't he?
Was
Am I
he?
crazy? Maybe I'm crazy. But yeah, we really haven't seen any of this. It's been all handlock. And that's because right now, if you're going to be a control player, the best control deck is handlock.
Yeah. And it does well against Warriors in general. Well-ish.
It's the deck that I did well with today. It went 3-0.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, so I believe SilentStorm's Warrior is Control Warrior, correct? Not Patron.
We'll have to see.
And I'm guessing it's going to have Double Brawl in Harrison. So he's going to have a good chance.
You think Double Brawl is standard?
I think so. If you go into a tournament expecting Handlock and Patron and you're going to play Control Warrior, then you have to bring Double Brawl. It doesn't really
Yeah, when you put it
hurt
that
you
way, I
that
think
much.
you're absolutely right.
Yeah. But it's still not... some people are saying it's a counter, but I think Patron still has a great chance. If Patron can do something like... If they could just put the Death Spite on, hit you, and then Grim Patron on 5, sometimes you just lose to that if they have an Inner Rage.
All I know is, being the best Grim Patron Warrior player in the world, I'm about to learn something.
Yeah. I hope I'm about to learn something.
Yeah.
If he says he's this good. You know, every one of these Patron pros, and there's a handful of them that are just as confident in their ability as the Rat is, says that there is not a single bad matchup in the game for that deck.
Nefarian doesn't necessarily mean Dragon Warrior. It could just be... It's a great card. I love it a lot. And the Harrison usually means it's not Dragon Warrior because you don't really have room for those Corruptors on 5 because you want to play the Belchers. Alright, so SilentStorm should have... If he's playing 2 Brawls, it's more likely that he gets the Brawls in time than the Rat gets the crazy Death Spite, Grim Patron, Inner Rage on 5.
That's 3 cards of Cycle that he has in his hand right now, at the least.
Dropping the Frothing is kind of strange to me. Like, what else can you play on 3? Acolyte?
I think he just wants to save it for later, double frothing OTK.
Oh, there's Acolyte.
That's a pretty good one.
I don't know how good Acolyte is when it runs up against another Acolyte. Like, if both players draw the same, doesn't the Control Warrior win?
With that Emperor in hand, I think the Rat wants them both to draw.
I see.
The Rat would play Cold Light with that Emperor in his hand, for example.
Yeah.
Cold Light, new meta.
It's a fun card.
That's a great card.
It's one of those cards that just never completely leaves.
It leaves an impact on any game, that's for sure.
Yeah. Whoa.
The no armor out.
That's how we do it.
Yeah. That's, I mean,
I've learned.
yeah, that's the best patron player in the world, right there.
Let the pain speak to me.
I like this. He has the Cruel to shut down the second Acolyte, or he has the...
The funny thing is, if you're playing on ladder and a warrior does this against you, you know immediately what warrior it is.
Yeah.
In the tournament setting, it's a much more powerful game play because you already know exactly what warrior it is.
I mean, if you're playing ladder right now, you're playing as patron warrior for the most part, anyways. I mean, let's be real. But I mean, Hyped, are you playing a lot of that? Like, how much experience do you
Actually,
have?
yeah, there's a decent amount of control. They always like pop up every like a week, and then they disappear for a week and stuff like that. And yeah, if I'm playing Rogue, for example, like that Acolyte is actually a huge deal because like I want to prevent that free Acolyte draw. I want to play like a naked SI7 against a Grim Patron Warrior every time to prevent the Acolyte. But if it's a Control Warrior and just gets fire raid, you really don't want to do that. You need the SI7 battle cry, for example.
Seems awful.
What
I mean,
now?
nothing in his hand does anything. It's purely reactive at this point.
Yeah.
I must choose.
Yes, this is great for SilentStorm.
No loot hoarders, none of those things that the Rat wants at the
Is he
same
baiting
Whoa.
the Harrison, or
That was an armor up.
yeah?
Wow.
I don't get it. When
why-
do you armor up and when don't you armor up?
Yeah, I don't know why you'd armor up now if that was your strategy.
Especially
I think
now that
he
you
figures
actually
anything that's
drew
going to hit
into
him at this
battle
point
rage.
is going to do more than 2 damage.
Yeah.
Now that the Acolyte's gone.
Yeah.
That
Actually,
makes
that Acolyte
sense.
isn't gone, but
That
Acolyte
makes-
turn is gone.
Except he's actually going to play exactly Acolyte.
Yeah. Is he going to swing?
I don't think so.
He has a turn 5 anyways with Belcher, so he's probably not going to swing. He has the second Acolyte anyways to guarantee the draw. Okay.
This is so funny. Both players drawn both Acolytes.
There's so much draw.
Let the pain speak to me.
Yeah, now he said he armored up. So he would have bet the perfect 29.
Ruktar, Ogre!
Probably go for the execute on the Acolyte there.
You think so?
I think so.
It's a hard play to make, but
Because
It's like you don't need the Belcher down this turn. As much as you want to play the Belcher on curve, you don't need it down this turn.
it's a much easier to play to make when you have the other execute in your hand.
And you're thinking about one thing on going into the Rat's turn 6 is Emperor, which he can't handle.
Yeah, exactly.
Although, if he swings, it might be different. Yeah,
You can still handle.
unless he like double interrages your Acolyte and plays Emperor, you're good.
Yeah.
The
Commanding
Rat
shot.
still cannot lose life.
I'm not sure how good Commanding Shot is in this matchup. Oh, I'm interested to see what he does with it, I should say.
I wouldn't be surprised to see it as a cycle card at one point.
Do you think it's good enough to Emperor here? It doesn't really enable much.
Yeah, so you get just your frothing pretty much, because none of the other cards matter.
Yeah.
Slam can be
Maybe an
used.
execute. Yeah, but you don't really want to slam on your combo turn anyways. And really you want to hit the combo cards.
Well, Commanding Shout can do some hilarious stuff.
Actually,
sometimes.
yeah, Commanding Shot is one of the combo cards, technically.
If he's not going to Emperor, then he really doesn't have
One-
too much else to do.
One thing I'm realizing is like, on one hand, you kind of think the Rat is drawing some real garbage, but he kind of put all these cards in here. Like, Slam is kind of weird, and then Commanding Shout is there. So I mean, you kind of have to draw them sometime.
He definitely has an idea for
Yeah,
these
I mean,
cards.
there has to be some strategy here. I mean, you have to be used to this situation.
Yeah, you can tell he wasn't that happy about the Emperor, but he felt like he had to do it or else he'd fall behind. He needed to at least put the 5/5 on the board this turn.
Yeah.
He prevents like SilentStorm's Emperor or Shield Maiden in this case.
After just seeing the execute, I mean, he's not even gonna. I think this Death Spike's a great way of dealing with this.
Yeah, save the execute for a turn when you can develop a creature.
Yeah.
Now, Nefarian is amazing in control matchups, especially Control Warrior, because most of your cards you're getting like these heavy removal cards, like so Execute, Shield Slam, and then things like Crush, and then even like Mortal Strike can be removal. You get a ton of removal. I don't know how great it's going to be in this matchup though, outside of Brawl, which is another removal.
Oh man,
There
that
it is.
commanding shot. God, Dread Corsair.
Oh man, yeah, he Emperored it like he was going to use it on his combo turn, but now, and then there's the Whirlwind that he really wanted to hit with the Emperor. It's rough.
I think the couple times I've seen Commanding Shout on ladder, it's always been used as a cycle card. Like, it's a good...
You have some really cool stuff you can
Yeah.
do with it, though.
It's just... I mean, the Rat's the best, so I'll trust his opinion on the card. But... self-proclaimed best.
Well, we get to see him win, so...
Looks like he's just trying to set up for... He needs a draw, so he's trying to set up for a Battle Rage here.
This is the first time he hasn't played Warlock in this tournament.
Okay.
So, kind of
Maybe.
interesting.
SilentStorm is getting low. We see he does have the shield main and the shield block, though. Just the one where the Rat's like, if I just rom him and hit him, he's almost dead. And no armor.
I think it's good enough, Harrison. I think actually Armor Smith, too.
Yeah, is that the second Death Bite for the Rat? That's good enough, like you said.
It doesn't matter, it's just good enough anyway.
Yeah, you saw the Emperor come down here, and then you set up the Death Spite, so you want to prevent the big combo.
There is a piece, but...
Still draw 0. Oh, God.
Yeah, so you can only draw 2 off Battle Rage. You can guess both,
He's getting things
What?
in the wrong order for what he really wants to do.
if he Warsong
Okay.
Whirlwind.
Yeah, I guess.
And it looks like his first Warsong is going to go towards his Battle Rage turn anyways. And he has to kind of Battle Rage into a second Warsong.
Now, there's still not a Brawl in SilentStorm's hand, so if... The
I have
Rat
to
can-
say, though, like, if the Rat's version of this Grim Patron Warrior plays out this way every time, it must actually be ridiculously hard to play.
Wow.
SilentStorm
Didn't
didn't even
even
attack.
attack.
But,
No,
yeah.
he didn't attack. He doesn't want him to get the draw of the 2 Battle Rages in his hand. That's hilarious.
Yeah, and he's not even playing the Dr. Boom because it can be kind of a liability with the patrons. So he's just going for control. He's going to get the Nefarian down. And 8/8s are hard to deal with. They can execute 1, and then usually they're out executes, and then you hit him in the face for 8. So if he has Alex in the deck, or Ysera,
I mean,
Thing
even
is,
though...
you don't really want to play the Warsong Commander.
No. SilentStorm has such a feel for what's going on right now with how slow the Rat's played. Even though there's 8 cards in his hand, he knows that playing this way, like, he can't lose in this fashion.
I don't know, you can do a lot of damage with frothing.
Oh,
and the ground
absolutely.
hit as
But
well.
like, it's just funny to see. SilentStorm's got a really good read on what's going on.
Funny thing is, all of this is because the Rat chose to armor up on turn 4.
Yeah. Unfortunately, SilentStorm can't even play as Nefarian, right? He only draws 1 card.
Does he draw any? No, he's at 10.
Or is he going to use the Nef? So he'll get a card in the spot that the Nef was. So yeah, he only gets 1
Yeah,
card.
but then he mills himself the next one. He basically doesn't draw any.
No, that's true. And I think Brawl is all he cares about right now. Maybe an Execute.
He already used 1. That's his last execute.
No, I mean off the Nefarian.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder.
BGH, yeah.
Good stuff. It's not really going to hit anything else.
And it's nice because they can't patron into it. It's 4-2.
Yeah.
Th3Rat's a little sad at how deep that no-wish was.
Yeah.
Guess it wasn't the second Death Spite, because that's the second Death Spite.
Yeah.
Look at that. Battle Rage doesn't completely suck.
It doesn't?
Not completely.
Oh, he's down to 29 finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can cycle it.
And he's going to get probably a decent Death Spite, I'd imagine. And it is the 1-mana one, so it doesn't even leave more combos.
Absolutely. I wonder how many cards are left in the Rat's hand, though. He's been cycling this whole game.
In his deck.
Yeah.
No, he got his Acolyte executed, and then he just drew like 1 off that, and then 2 off the other.
Yeah, it's still
Battle
probably
Rage.
15-ish.
Shout. He's been trying to cycle,
What now?
but nothing he's wanted at the same time.
Actually, I think SilentStorm's drawn more.
Yeah. Harrison, 2 Acolytes.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Alright, so he can Neff. He has to use one of the 1 mana, yeah. I just want to see the Neff go down, but I don't think he's going to do it this turn.
What now?
I don't think much is happening this turn.
Actually, no. Shield Slam is decent because it denies the Battle Rage draw. So we could Shield Slam, trade into the Armor Smith, and then Neff.
I'll train Amsmith first if you're doing that.
Alright. I know.
I still don't like
for
Neff.
impact.
I think I'd still rather just play something else. Like
Look,
a
he's
boom.
doing it in my order. Better. Okay, this is
That's-
first.
that's
This
the
is
best
the first
strategy.
order of business
That's
before
gonna
you
miss.
draw.
Yeah.
Huge
Miss.
miss. Huge miss.
I have no time for games.
Why embarrass yourself like that?
Impact.
So you know people are watching.
Alright, so he's making room for the Nefarian. It looks like with that
Yeah.
fire equip. But like, I would have liked to see the Shield Slam there. But maybe with no guaranteed way to proc execute outside of the fiery. If he wants to hold on to it, I don't know.
So I guess this is where you play out your hand and draw a lot of cards. This is what this deck's supposed to do, right?
You know.
Okay, well, let's see it.
Yeah, but the Sylvanas makes the Death Spite Battle Rage awkward.
What now?
No, it doesn't.
So you have to. So you do the 3 on the right. Do you patron?
You just,
Oh, you just do everything. Okay.
You just don't kill Sylvanas.
Oh, you Death Spite into the other one. Okay. Yeah.
Whatever he's doing, he's got to do it fast.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of animations we got to go through before that rope is over.
I think you were talking about earlier, though, how when you don't kill a Sylvanas, you
Yeah.
can get punished.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but he's so far behind. I don't think he can.
Absolutely. He doesn't have the option. It's just,
this might be too slow.
Holding. Oh, okay. You can afford it.
the Battle Rage animation. Just to see if there's, I don't know what you could draw here.
Is there actually no cards that matter anyways? Maybe Inner Rage.
Yeah, I think that's the only one.
But I think he'd hold it anyways. He just wanted to draw, like you said. So would he have Inner
He's
Rage?
not happy.
He knows he loses to Brawl anyways,
I think Inner
but he would have
Rage-
pushed out an extra 5 damage, so.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to get that 5 damage no matter what, right? So I don't think it mattered.
What about just executing Sylvanas? And
That's
hopefully
actually
it steals
reasonable,
the
yeah.
Armor Smith.
Then you don't have to worry about as much about the Brawl.
Well, I mean, the patrons still have charge if they come on your side. So stealing one of those isn't even a bad idea.
Oh no, he meant if the rat executed Sylvanas, right?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Well, I'm thinking about SilentStorm shield slamming. I think SilentStorm wants this Sylvanas to die.
Yeah, he's just thinking if he can afford the shield block to look for Brawl, or just look for anything. Looks like it's not going to affect display, yeah.
Nope, he
So
wants
it kills
to get
all
rid
the
of those
patrons.
things.
Yeah, he can. So it's good. But
Keeps his Sylvanas just causing tension on the board.
I'm obviously the best warrior player ever with my great ideas for warrior.
Yeah.
It's one of my least played decks.
That's decent.
Alright.
Oh, 3 cards. Oh, okay.
Does he play Grom or no? Well, he has the commanding. Maybe he doesn't play Grom.
Well, he's got the Warsong Commander. He has another Grim Patron in there, so Inner Rage. We've only seen.
There's a second Warsong, so.
Okay.
So yeah, maybe a second.
That is the
Inner
last
Rage.
Whirlwind. Yeah. Yeah, something might happen here. Maybe just develop a weapon and start pushing damage.
What now?
I don't know all the numbers is the thing. Like, if you play Grim Patron Warrior enough, it's like, you just know the magic numbers of what happens if you have this.
Yeah.
It's like Combo Druid next level. Like, with Combo Druid, you know, there's the 14, and there's the, well, if I can, let's play around 22.
Yeah. Yeah, if you've ever watched Razor stream, when he used to play this, he used to play Warsong before Patron a lot, so he does the math like instantly.
Yeah.
He's like looks at it and knows.
Yeah.
That's a common theme on the player couch. Everyone instantly knows the lead. All these patron players.
I feel like if you use Whirlwind, you can't actually win by doing damage, especially with 3 cards. So I like the face. I like just everything face.
That's what he does.
Good. I think he's still in this with that line of play. Maybe not. 2 Belchers.
2 Belchers.
It's a lot of animation time. Let's just put it that way. Even if he has an answer, it might not play through.
Nope, that's his hope. This animation, Blizzard plays.
A duplicate Belcher might make a comeback as a patron counter, because that takes even longer. You run it in, the secret pops.
Alright.
You take it farther and add no Stormo to that deck?
Yep, just throw it in there. Just more secrets. Spellbender.
Whoa! Okay.
So he can't
What
afford
cards
the
aren't in
Warsong.
here?
But yeah, he has a patron for sure. Right? One more patron.
I don't know, maybe just play one of.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, 2 commanding shouts.
This is the best Patron Warrior in the world.
He only needs one.
Self-proclaimed.
But he can't Warsong and Frothing and Grim Patron on one turn, so I guess... But he has to Warsong with the Frothing pretty much no matter what, right? And then Patron just make a board and hope he doesn't have Brawl? Is that the plan? Or is it the other way around?
I mean, there's one win condition in his hand right now, and it's that Brawl thing.
Yeah, so it's never not going to be played without Warsong then.
Absolutely.
Well, if the Frothing is the win condition, then you don't care that much about the Inner Rage. So I think you just Inner Rage Sylvanas, maybe? Oh no, you just let it hit you. Yeah, you let it hit you. Yeah. No, you can't Whirlwind. No, you can't let it hit you. You have to Inner Rage Sylvanas.
Okay.
He's thinking execute.
Oh, Execute.
That's a pretty good option.
But I feel like if you can execute the Belcher for more damage. More damage prevention.
Yeah.
Maybe not with a Grim Patron, but then you can't Grim Patron and Frothing. So if you execute that, then your plan is to win with Grim Patron. That's what that means, right?
I guess. Maybe he's hoping, like, maybe he makes a few Grim Patrons and then maybe one of them sticks on his Warsong Frothing turn.
Well, what if he's got
Make it
another
enraging.
Commanding Shout, and he draws that,
That'd
and the
be
card
sick.
after that is Grim Patron, and Commanding Shout does work retroactively.
That'd be sick.
What now?
Be really nice. There's a lot that has to happen before that happens, though.
Is there? He only got 2 cards. Basically, it's 50-50 if he has one.
Right?
Not that much.
If he plays 2 commanding, which I don't think he does.
Which is no way.
That's the biggest obstacle.
Strike.
Yeah, I think it's the second Inner Rage.
Finally getting a Brawl would be nice.
Nope.
Yeah, that more looks like it's basically removal against this deck. Everything outside of the Emperor is dead to it.
Double Slam. That sucks.
Does he run Grom then? I mean, he has.
Oh
all
yeah,
these
it's Grom
other
or
ones.
another
I
Grim
think it's
Patron.
Patron. It's gonna be Patron.
No Grom.
It makes sense.
Well, here's where you need like a stealth spare part for your Warsong Commander.
Such a techie patron list. It's easily the most teched out list we've seen in this tournament so far.
SilentStorm's like 6 off lethal. don't know if I'd say it's the most teched out. It doesn't have the BGH.
I mean,
Or the
two
owl.
slams,
I
though.
could
it's
say Lake's
teched
been
out for
playing
its
owl a lot.
strategy
Okay.
so much, is what I mean. Like,
I like to play like just crazy stuff. I like to just see what other people come up with. I don't think I've ever seen a double slam Grim Patient Warrior.
yeah, that's the card people are cutting, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just in place of the Loot Hoarder, which some people play. Some people play 1 Loot Hoarder, 1 Slam. Some people play 2 Loot Hoarders, some people play 2 Slams. So it's not a great big deal.
What?
That's interesting.
Wasn't that the card he was supposed to win with?
I thought so.
Oh, okay.
He's going to take it into Fatigue.
Yeah, I didn't go to school for math, so
Yeah, I'm here to cast, not to maths.
Okay.
the Rat has some idea, I'm sure, how he's gonna kill SilentStorm. I don't see it.
I mean, that's 28 he has to go through. That's a big number.
Yeah.
That's like 2 digits, and they're not like that low of 2 digits. He doesn't even care.
No.
Like, that's 6 creatures. If the Rat uses Whirlwind to combo anything, it gives him another 6 life above his 26. At least.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think it's possible at this point.
Here's where we suck at math and he dies somehow.
Yeah, we're proven totally wrong. No, without Armor Smith, I don't think it's possible.
I don't think it's even close to possible.
I think it's Unsable Ghoul off the Shredder somehow.
Yeah, Shredder Shenanigans is the out.
Well, then if Shredder Shenanigans is the out, don't you interrage the Shredder?
I mean, you're gonna be able to get to it, aren't you? With patience?
Don't you need to get to it before that point?
I guess so. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I mean, that's it though. That's really the only out. You know, he's not. I don't know if the Rat doesn't remember there's an Armor Smith over there, but
He's gonna realize it pretty soon if
Yeah.
he didn't.
Yeah, that's...
Well, it is gonna be the Ghoul that has to get that Shredder.
I mean, he runs Patron and we saw a Zoo, so I know he likes to go face. Maybe he just didn't see that Smith.
The second Unsable Ghoul. Oh, I guess he has time.
Well, everyone got in there. My favorite animation moment of the tournament, easily.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Yeah, SilentStorm didn't even need Brawl to win this matchup, which I thought was the pivotal card. The Harrison was pretty big, though. Okay.
Okay, well. I guess the Rat's idea is that those things stay alive for like 3 turns.
Yeah, which, you know, is a valiant effort.
Mm-hmm.
It's an effort.
Well, if they both disconnect, SilentStorm didn't have lethal on board. I guess we'll play it again.
I mean, you don't want to just quit. You don't want to be in there and just quit. So I like that the Rat is pushing and trying to win this way.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, an asteroid could hit the local data center. There's a chance.
There's a chance. I'm a believer.
Yeah, just leaving the 1 HP patrons up.
Oh man, the Rat. He is still yet to win a game. I believe one player had lost 5 consecutive games earlier in the tournament as well, but
Then they came back, yeah.
I think they won one before they started losing.
Yeah, well, you sound like you know. You look like you know what you're talking about, so I'll listen to you.
Yeah,
I trust you.
yeah. I have freedom everywhere.
Hey, like in America Crypt.
America's okay.
Okay. You go to Venice Beach, you go to Muscle Beach.
No, I don't have time for that.
I imagine.
I'd sit here and talk about Hearthstone.
I imagine you and Life Coach together on Muscle Beach.
Yeah, if we just like stick real close together, we might just have the same width as like most of the guys there, probably.
Okay.
But you'd have more American pride than any of them.
That's true. That's true. Anyway, so what do you think of the Rat? I mean, what can he do here? I mean, he seems to like sticking to a deck. In fact, the first switch he made in the whole tournament was with the Grim Patron. I guess he thought maybe this Warlock deck's not going to win a game. Let's try Grim Patron because I know I can win with that.
Maybe that was just his long-term strategy. Like he's like, oh, I'm going to pretend like I always go to the same deck, and then once people think that's a pattern, then he switches it.
Yeah. Well, what can you do? I feel like Grim Patron is going to have to just do something. I mean, if you're gonna go 0-6, you might as well do it with a deck you love.
I don't think the Rat will end up going 0-6. I think he puts up a fight here. He got here. That's not easy. And SilentStorm is amazing, but
Warrior time.
That's the kind of matchup.
I want to learn some more things.
Yeah,
This
so
is
I'm
kind of
stuck
matchup.
with the Druid, which is weak against Patron. It's weak against Zoo, and depending on the Hunter, it's like a slightly unfavored against Hunter, I'd say.
And this is gonna be like a ramp Druid with a million taunts, 2 oozes, and a Harrison, right?
Yeah, I imagine SilentStorm's gonna put some techs in for Patron and
Man, that looks pretty good.
maybe Handlock. Who's that handsome guy?
These are actually the worst classes you've ever seen, by the way. All you see are like red dots.
That's all you need to say.
Okay,
Go driving later with those.
I don't drive. But I'll probably go in an accident walking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
SilentStorm's looking pretty confident, and
Well, you
the
should
Rat's
be.
looking pretty discouraged. But like I said, those are 3 good matchups for him.
Yeah.
So you could easily see the
You have
reverse
to keep in
sweep.
mind this is the losers match. I mean, if you win this, you still have to go through the other 1-1er, which is Phone Tap,
Yeah.
which put up quite a fight against Life Coach.
He really impressed me, and I knew he would going in. This is probably the hardest group in the tournament for a reason. I mean,
But yeah,
If
Phone
I'm-
Tap already beat SilentStorm, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm really hoping the Rat can win a game, but I don't know how much faith I have. I don't know if I'm a believer.
every 3 good matchups, he's good. He's good.
he'll win one.
It's true that he's played very well.
It's a great hand.
It just didn't really work out so far.
He hasn't done anything totally
The
wrong.
only thing people can really disagree with is armoring up on turn 4.
Yeah,
And are we really disagreeing with that?
that's a hard one
Yeah.
to argue.
Yeah. Oh, look at that wild growth. That's pretty good.
It's nice on
Good
that
card.
turn 2. Where's that card?
It's a card that sucks. Most of the time, at least.
It's basically 2 mana Joker.
Yeah, but when it's not, it's a highlight reel.
Yeah.
So I mean, you got to take risks to make those highlight reels, and I appreciate it.
Mhm.
Yeah, for those who don't know, the combo of Warsong Commander, Grim Patron, Commanding Shout doesn't even need to get Empered. Just magic happens where none of the patrons can die, and they just clear the entire board.
Yeah, but if you can sneak a Frothing in there, then you just win.
Okay.
When that happens, everyone gets in here and it's like really sparkly because they all get the cool Commanding Shout animation.
That's actually huge. The the total denial of any Acolyte draws, yeah.
Yeah, from 2 cards guaranteed to 0.
The pain.
Millhouse? We haven't seen a ridiculous Piloted Treader yet. Or, yeah, Piloted Treader.
Not today.
Not in the
We
tournament.
saw Succubus earlier, it's pretty good.
Oh, I missed that one.
I want to
Good
get 2
show.
attack creatures are kind of a liability. There's no Patron in hand anyways, but it's not what you want. That's just the bad version of Minibot, basically.
Man, SilentStorm's gonna double Shade. Or I guess he could Emperor, but that would surprise me. Well, I guess double Shade has
Yeah, I
its own
think with
weakness.
the Death Bite
Yeah.
right there, I think you just go with the double Shade rather than.
What
your
about
Emperor
Drew of the
die.
Claw now? I think Drew of the Claw is the best play now. Because double Shade has weakness to Whirlwind, Emperor has weakness to... Okay, yeah, you just don't play Emperor. But double Shade has a weakness to Whirlwind.
Yeah. I mean, are you upset if the
Yeah,
Rat...
I think you're upset if you go
I
Whirlwind.
know,
Yeah, you
yeah.
have no creatures left.
Yeah.
He's going for it.
You're forcing him to have both Whirlwinds, and then he's losing him.
I like Drew of the Claw.
I like Drew of the Claw best.
Charge?
What field nature's wrath?
like taunt.
Alright, first.
Definitely taunt.
Is that SilentStorm or is that the Spectator, though?
No, that sounds wrong.
Okay, nice.
I know. It's cool.
I guess the Emperor. Yeah, he clicked on it. Yep.
I think.
You Emperor because he's clicked on it.
Yeah, none of those cards matter, though, except for Force of Nature. Yeah, I don't think those... I mean, I guess he could do Druid Claw plus 1 shade, and then he can stagger the shades.
Yeah, this is really bad, though. I mean, what's going to happen is he's going to use a Death Spite, but then drop his own Emperor, probably. No? Okay.
Yeah, so those are... He doesn't care about those cards getting...
I see.
Plus he gets more Emperor cards now. Yeah, so there's the War Song.
Another War Song.
Yeah.
Okay, this kind of worked out for SilentStorm. The Rat went with a bit of a greedy play.
His hand's looking really good for Emperor next turn, though.
Yeah. Yeah, SilentStorm really needs the Savage Roar, and then he'll be doing great. But without that, he's gonna have trouble.
Yeah. Just pushing, trying to set up a kill before he gets killed by the patron.
Well, a lot of combos are possible, but there's a long way to go.
Yeah, nothing that amazing. I think he wants to draw multiple off the Acolyte, and if he's going to use the Whirlwind, he kind of wants to hit something else, but there's nothing really that great.
I just like the Emperor.
Yeah, it's just, you saw your opponent
So good.
put Druid Claw in charge, and he got he knows there's 2 cards that were Emperored in his hand. Is he scared of combo?
I mean, if you just Emperor, though, you're at 10 HP.
Yeah. Yeah, you're pretty dead. You're at 9, actually. Because, hero power.
Separating the pain.
And it feels like he needs to hold on to the Whirlwind.
Okay. High risk plays.
Very.
Yeah, not getting defensive at all.
I'm hoping this pays off. Kind of.
Yeah.
That doesn't suck.
I wonder if SilentStorm will ignore it then.
I don't know about that.
I mean, all he needs to win is Savage Roar, so he could Wrath for 1.
I think,
and
yeah,
Belcher.
I like the Wrath for 1 and just see what happens. I mean, with Druid, you're usually playing either a combination of cards or a plan to kill your opponent in a set number of turns, and just knowing what the next card is just changes up your gameplay most of the time. Or not. Or not at all.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I suppose you can Wrath for 3, hero power down, and then Shade, and just hit
That's
your
actually pretty
7.
good. I like that. But
I like that
you don't
play
need
a
the
lot.
Belcher right now. Belcher's always going to be good.
Yeah.
Unless he has a Death Spite on. But
Yeah, this is the strongest play.
I like the attack for 3, though. Yep, good.
yeah, definitely. Just
Need to push it.
to keep it.
And the Rat needs something. And it needs it soon, because there's a lot of cards that kill him.
We can get a Whirlwind Battle Rage turn off this turn, and he's going to get the Armor Smith, so... Yeah,
Another Whirlwind.
yeah, okay, this will be pretty good.
Wait, can he win?
Is them
This turn,
maybe?
Frothing charge is 4.
he'll do the math.
He might.
Whirlwind, Whirlwind. He can play another creature then. He can do that with the Armor Smith and with the Battle Rage. And the Whirlwind kills most of those.
Looks like he's doing some long division on his paper there.
That's 6 creatures that get hit twice, so it's 12. No, it's not that lethal. It's fun though.
It's very fun.
You gain a lot of armor and you clear everything but the Shade, which is the 3/3/1.
I think it's to play for sure.
Yeah.
You could draw into Inner Rages, right? Can you afford the Battle Rage? Yeah.
Yes.
Rope's going to come down in a second.
Yeah. Is
Whoa.
this? We'll see what happens here.
That's
We're all
everything
very good at math at this casting table. I think that's obvious by now.
It's not lethal though, I don't think.
Yeah, this is full clear, and he's out of combo range though.
Yeah. SilentStorm is okay. This game sometimes. That was awesome.
That was awesome.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Can't play it though. Next turn, one can dream.
You clear all this and hope your opponent's hand is commanding shout something that is good.
Well, it is commanding shout
Yep.
something that sucks.
Yep.
2/1 mana draw ones.
That's exactly
Pretty
what
good.
SilentStorm wants.
Wow.
With both War Songs gone. And no Grom. He has no chargers.
I think you battle rage. Oh no, you can wait to draw a creature in a rage and then battle rage, I guess. Oh man. Well, at least that's up lethal if he doesn't have anything, but he has more than nothing. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. The double taunt might just secure this. Probably does just secure this.
I think it does. Oh, I think you use the innervate too.
Just heal up. I mean,
What else are you gonna
yeah,
do with it?
it's the time. I mean, this
I
is,
mean, if the only thing innervate can do is maybe set you up with a more complicated playoff
absolutely
draw
just-
card.
Just throw it out.
But if you get Ancient of Lore, I think you might heal.
oh yeah, you don't need to draw it right now, unless
Alright, so what's the rat looking for?
it's one of those
That
cards.
asteroid on the
Yeah, the asteroid.
Data center.
That's pretty good though. Not good enough though.
I mean, that's probably one of the better draws in the deck right now, if not the best. But
not
You're still
good
going to be
enough.
behind though, so any one card is not going to bring you back, so maybe he needs to combo 3 cards together then.
Yeah.
So he has to save those.
with Commander gone though, or both the Warsong Commanders gone,
Yeah, but maybe he needs to make 3 patrons or something, so they can't be dealt with by the board.
absolutely.
If SilentStorm draws any creature, that's dead in 2 turns.
What
I think Druid has creatures.
They have a lot of creatures. We just saw the Innervate get burned, so...
I'm just curious what he's thinking about. Like, he's got no Whirlwinds left.
Yeah, no, I think he's thinking, is there any... If I use these 2 cards now, can I win with any 1 card at a time? He's like, maybe I can Gnomish into something. He's like... But I'm pretty sure he has to save... He has to go for a 3-card combo, but he knows he's dead in 2 turns pretty much, unless SilentStorm gets... Swipe, maybe?
That's a good draw.
Really good draw.
This is where I'd be a bit salty if it was Arena.
You know.
You can just slam that. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, if a Frothing goes to a huge attack value, big gaming, it is not really going to matter.
Yeah, but War Song's down, so... Yeah, the double War Song's down, so he knows just having it on the board is just as good as a removal as using it reactively.
This
surprises
sets
me.
It would set up lethal if you drove swipe, or any other card that does damage for the most part.
Battle Rage, okay. That seems fine. Draw 2 cards. 2 cards can be like execute.
Okay, so he needs with the mana, he can't patron now.
Why?
There's something specific he wanted.
What was that? We saw his deck.
Dread Corsair, I don't know.
What?
I think he needed 2 cards too,
I'm sure
but
he had some sort of idea, but I can't think of what that card is.
What now?
You know, and I feel for the rat. Like, again, he's in a situation where it's been grim a lot of this game.
I mean, he almost had it. I just feel like burning that second Warsong Commander kind of made it so it was very, very hard to push for damage from that point in the game.
I must choose.
Even this, like, damn. That sucks.
Let's. gonna spell trips to prep target.
Yeah. 11, 12. Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Well, turns out the Rat didn't win the game. That's a bummer.
It is a bummer. We know he's a good player. He worked really hard to come here and has proven how good of a player he is. It just didn't happen.
SilentStorm drops his first game, but wins the next. Gives him another chance. He's going to have to face Phone Tap.
Yeah, so he went 2-3 against Phone Tap the first time they faced up. So it's a really close series.
Really close series. Should be a pretty epic set of games coming up. And the winner of that does advance to tomorrow's finals-ish. Final day.
Okay.
I don't know what to call it.
The grand final.
Grand final day. Whatever. Yeah. Pretty good stuff though. At the very least, like he did go 06. But if you're gonna go 06, you're gonna show the world the craziness of what you know, which is Grim Patron Warrior. And it's pretty amusing to see. It's a deck where a lot of people try to play it because everyone says it's the most overpowered thing ever. But without seeing players who people know are good at it, it's hard to really make decisions. And I think, in the very least, we've shown the public that armoring up can sometimes suck.
Yeah. He had the right idea first, and then he stopped. And then,
Yeah.
There was some inconsistency with his ideas, for sure. But I don't think this is the last time any of us see the Rat at a LAN like this.
Mm-hmm.
He's on one of the better new teams in Illuminati. I think this is, we'll see him again.
All right. Well, for now, we will see SilentStorm and Frodan. They're about to have a little chat and maybe get SilentStorm's take on that last match and maybe what he has to say about his opponent once again. So let's get to that.
Thank you very much, Crip. That's right. I'm joined by SilentStorm, who survived elimination by going 3-0 against the Rat. That series looked like it was a pretty convincing win on from the viewer's perspective. How did it look from your point of view as you were walking through the series?
Yeah, I mean, I got the matchups I wanted for the first 2 games. And for the third game, I just had pretty good opening draw. Almost died to a 22 Frothing Berserker, though. But yeah. I had taunts to back me up in the late game.
You seem a lot more calm and composed. In first season, admittedly, you looked a little nervous just being able to play in front of the big stage. Do you feel a lot more calm this time around?
Just a little bit.
Still feeling a little nervous, I get that. But overall, it seems like you're still on a good path here. Do you feel also a burden to perform because you're the Season 1 champion, and since then, we haven't heard too much about you ever since winning Season 1?
Yeah, definitely. People are gonna expect a lot from me, but I'm afraid I won't make it through that deep.
So basically, you're saying don't expect too much from you in case you don't want to disappoint them. That's perfectly understandable. But at the same time, people do have expectations, not only because of your performance in Season 1, but because of your new team. You're on Team Celestial, and being able to practice with some of those players is the best in the business. How have they been supporting you for this tournament? What's it like being on Team Celestial preparing for this tournament?
I didn't prepare that much. Preparing is for tryhards, I guess.
All right, well, I think that speaks volumes for how this has gone so far. But at the same time, you've been doing so well. So good luck in your next match, SilentStorm, and hopefully the RNG can be on your side. And with that, we're going to go to our last match. We don't want to take too much of SilentStorm's time because we do have to get the runner-up spot, decide who is getting that final 8th place for tomorrow's round of 8 playoffs. Let's go back to the desk and see what we have in store for our next match.
Thank you very much, Dan. Always great to hear.